Hey folks, it's RedFalcon, and this is the first episode of a new annual series I'm going to be doing. It's called Play a Video Game from the Year You Were Born. And for today's episode, well, this year's episode, I'm going to be playing Starflight. Starflight originally came out in 1986, and from what I remember from my research, was the most best-selling game of that year. And it pretty much started the space exploration genre as we know it today. So basically this is going to be a tutorial, let's play type deal as like a lot of my videos. So anyway, I just started the game up, and for some reason Fraps doesn't like to record the intro and all that, so I skipped the intro and started a brand new game. So you start off on the space station. Now if you're interested in getting this game, you can buy it from Good Old Games, cog.com, for $5.99, and it also includes the sequel and the manual and your star codes and everything. And I have a separate video up that explains how to configure the game to run on Windows 7. So all that. Well, our little spaceman's getting impatient, so let's move on to what's over here. So for this game, you use the arrow keys to move around, and you'll notice that there are 3 visible doors, and you can't see them, but there are actually like 3 other doors to the south of our location. Now you start off over here in your opera. Okay. Alright, and over here you can get your notices. Basically we're doing our first mission, all that fun stuff. But basically, wow, it is taking a while to do. Okay, here we go. Alright. Evaluations. Basically, you can recommend planets for colonization, but if the planets don't meet their strict criteria, you'll be fined. Also, if you need to get your ship towed in, or you lose your terrestrial vehicle, you'll be fined. So don't do that. Now we're gonna go over here to personnel. I had thought I was recording this, so I went ahead and I made personnel. So anyway, yeah, it's pony theme. There's Twilight Sparkle, Spike, Rarity, Applejack, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie. So basically, there are, how many races are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 5 races, and each one has their own skills and weaknesses. Like human, yeah, they're pretty much middle of the road. The Velox, they're an insectoid-like race. They're really good at navigation and engineering, not so much communication and medicine. And these reptile people, I think they're called the Thrim. I don't know. They're really good at communications, really bad at medicine, average at everything else. Now, I think they're called Elowan. These are the plant people. Now, the reptile people and the plant people don't like each other, so you can have them on your crew, but if you have to do any communications with their rival race, you're going to get you probably won't be able to really negotiate with them at all. So it's recommended to have if you're going to have one, just if you want one of these two, just pick one and have them on your ship, because if you have both, you're going to be at a disadvantage. And androids start out with high navigation engineering, but that's all. They can't learn anything else. They're hardwired, but they're very durable, and they make excellent I can't find the words now. Landing party members because of that. So we're gonna. Oh, so I. Okay, so I can't. We'll have an android on our team, sure. I don't know what to call you. What was that? What was the name of that construct from Dragon Age Origins? I can never remember her name. Shale. Okay, we'll just have shale. Now, a little explanation on the different skills. Science is all about sensors and interpreting those sensor readings. Navigation is you can find wormholes with high navigation. You can also you use less fuel, and when you're on the planet in your terrestrial vehicle, you have less of a chance to get lost. Engineering is all about repairing your ship. So the higher the skill is, the better your ship. Your better engineer is at repairing your ship, and certain repairs require material. And I think if your engineer's high enough level, they won't need certain materials to repair their ship. Communications, that's all about using the universal translator with negotiating with other races. And actually, it's interesting, if you have a member of the race that you're communicating with on your ship, you get a bonus to communications. If that person is if the communications officer is the same race as the race you're trying to negotiate with, you actually get even more of a bonus. But durability is just basically like it's kind of like armor, from what I understand. It's how much damage they can sustain before their vitality goes down. And the learn rate is right below that. That's how many points they get in a skill for every training session. And I thought I was recording this, so I went ahead and I trained up Rarity in science. She's going to be my science officer. And Rainbow Dash is going to be a navigations officer, so I went ahead and upgraded her navigation skill. So right over here across is our crew assignment. Oh, we're going to go ahead and I got to this point and then I realized that I wasn't recording, so I assigned everyone to Twilight. So a science officer, down at the bottom you can see our files. We're going to choose Rarity to be our science officer. And navigation is going to be Rainbow Dash. Engineer is going to be Applejack. Communications is Spike. And the doctor is going to be Fluttershy. And once your crew's assigned, everything looks good. Okay. If you go down here, this is your bank. It shows you your recent transactions, your current balance, any interest that you've acquired so far. Down here in the middle is our ship configuration. And right now we just have a very basic ship. Doesn't have shields, armor, no armaments of any kind, no cargo pods. So the first thing you want to do is go down to buy, and we're going to buy some cargo pods. Let's get 4 for right now. That should be enough. We're not going to really mess with anything right now. From what I remember, shields drain energy, but they don't weigh your ship down, and you can't use them in nebulas. Armor weighs your ship down, but it's always there, and it doesn't drain any energy at all. Missiles, oddly enough, use more energy than lasers, but missiles can be dodged, but they have a longer range than lasers. Lasers use less energy, oddly enough, and they're short range. So here you can buy and sell equipment on your ship. You can repair your ship. And right now we're going to name our ship. USS Celestia. At least I think I spelled that right. Oh well. I don't have time to really look it up. Okay, so now that our ship's properly configured, we can go over here, and this is our this is the trade depot. This is where you can buy and sell and analyze artifacts you find in the game. So right now they start us off with 20 Endurium. That's fuel. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy, well, we can't really buy much. We'll just buy an extra thing of fuel. You do not want to run out of fuel in this game. There is heavy penalty for running out of fuel. Okay. So, once you're done, go ahead and get into the middle of the ring here. This is our docking bay. And we're going to launch our ship. Okay, so let everything load here. On the big window on the left-hand side is our main view screen. that's where pretty much all the action happens. To the right of that is the auxiliary display screen. Right now it's displaying our current date, any damage, or it's basically showing our ship statistics. So energy is the same thing as fuel, so you don't want that to get too low. Shields, you can raise them up and down, just like on Star Trek. Weapons, you can arm and unarm them, just like in Star Trek. It's pretty much Star Trek. It's pretty much a Star Trek game for the most part. It's really cool. But right here you have these different menus. Captain, Science Officer, Navigation, Engineering, Comm Officer, and Doctor. These are, okay, if you've ever played like Bridge Commander or any of like the old Star Trek games, these are pretty much like the stations on the bridge. Best way to think about it. So if you go over to Captain, Captain can give us orders like launch the ship, disembark. He can check the cargo. You can log a planet for colonization, but remember, there are heavy penalties if you recommend a planet that's not suitable. Ship's log, you can actually go into ship's log and you can put in text. And bridge will take you back to the bridge. Science officer, you can use your sensors to do a sensor sweep of a planet or an object or something. And then you can analyze those readings. Oh, and also right below the view window, it'll show you like the science officer and who's currently assigned as your science officer. Right now we have Rarity because she's really good at finding gems, so I figured she'd make a good science officer. Status will give you the status window in the auxiliary screen, and bridge will take you back. Navigation. When we do exit the star dock, you're going to use maneuver to maneuver your ship around. When we're in hyperspace, or whatever it's warp speed, or whatever this game calls it, you'll be able to bring up your star map, and that's basically just your star charts. Raise shields, arm weapons. All of those use up energy, and so right now we're just going to be exploring the solar system, so we don't need all that stuff. Combat, this is for when you're actually engaged in combat. You can fire weapons and everything using that. Alright, and engineering, my personal favorite. And I've always thought the engineers were the most important people on the ship. This will bring up a damage report, and as you can see, we're all green across the board. This you can tell Applejack what areas of the ship you want repaired. Go back to the bridge. Comm officer. You can hail a ship, and it kind of starts like a little negotiation mini game. It's pretty neat from what I read. If your ship's out of fuel or you're heavily damaged and you can't leave, you can issue a distress call. Remember, there are heavy penalties for using that feature, so use it if you're absolutely desperate. This will take you back to the bridge. Now, this is the doctor's menu. Basically, you can examine different crew members. Like, let's see, how's Spike doing? Spike is not wounded. He has a vitality of 100 and a durability of 6. And you can also treat your patients here. All your crew members will heal naturally over time. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to take the ones that are the most injured and let the doctor treat them, and that'll accelerate the healing process. And the higher skilled your doctor is, the faster they'll get back on their feet. So that's pretty much it for covering this, the overview. So let's, where's my science officer? I want to bring the status of the ship back up. Alright, so let's launch and get out of here. And you asked to confirm. Oh yeah, and your ship's name is also displayed below the main view screen. And of course, any text, everything that goes on in the game comes in the form of text at the bottom of the screen. So right now, sorry, hit the microphone. Right now we're being asked to input a security code. Now, if you buy this game from goodoldgames.com, it'll come with the Starflight code generator. And all you do is you just you enter in these 3 words, So, and they're randomly generated, so it'll be different every time. And you have to do this every time you leave Stardock. Rubber widget, Velox. All right. And I'm running the game in a window, so I can just kind of just go over and like get the code. So the code for this one is 776513. Hit enter. Confirm the code. All right. And now we're in space. And there are sounds in this game, but they were way too loud, and I couldn't get the volume right, so I just disabled them because they were popping. So rather than messing around with drivers and everything, I just disabled sounds. So all right. So now we're in space. You want to go to navigation and maneuver. All right. Now this is the planet. Well, this isn't the planet. This is the planet Earth. We were in the space station. If you look here, this is our ship. I think this little dot here is supposed to be our. It's either a moon or it's supposed to be our space station we were docked in. But you'll notice that our main screen shows where our ship is, and then the auxiliary screen shows our solar system. And you might have to move around a little bit to see where we are. There we go. Right now where that white dot right there between the sun and the second planet in orbit around the sun. And so you can move around the system like this. Oh, I just flew past one of our planets. And oh, there we go. If you had the sound on, you'd hear a beep, and that means that you're at the right spot to enter orbit. So it's asking you to standing by to orbit, press spacebar to orbit, hit spacebar. Now we're in orbit around this planet. And I think I'm going to end this part of the video right now. And in our next episode, we'll go, well, actually the next part of this series, we're going to go over analyzing a planet, landing on a planet, and all that fun stuff. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button. And please leave a comment below. I'm sure some of you guys have played this game before or might have heard about it, and you probably have your own strategies on how to play this game and your own advice, so I'd really like to hear that. I'd like to tap into the collective knowledge of Starflight. So anyway, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.